What's good? What's good? I'm back. Yours truly, the one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett podcast. This is episode 122. Before we get started, let me shout out sponsors of this podcast. Of course, don't forget this podcast is sponsored by Promo Palace LLC at promopalace.biz. If you need online marketing promotions for your music, product, brand, or service, please check out promopalace.biz. You see it scrolling down right now. Also, for Shizzle, do you dizzle? Yes, I dizzle. Check out dizzlebrand.com. Dizzle Brand is a agave tequila mixed with cognac or orange liquor mango mix. Just throw it on ice. It's good to go. Check out dizzlebrand.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and more. Also, you can buy the Dizzle Brand merchandise. They got the hats, they got the t-shirts, they got the hoodies, and much more. Check them out, dizzlebrand.com. Don't forget that the video version of my podcast goes to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Rumble. Follow me on Rumble. You see it below. Also, the audio version goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and much more. Much more. Okay, let me pull up tonight. My Charlotte Hornets beat the New Orleans Pelicans. The Lakers beat the Cleveland Cavs. And I did say the Cleveland Cavs might fall down into the play-in. They've been losing a lot of games without Jared Allen. And LeBron, of course, balled out last night. Portland beat the Detroit Pistons. Detroit's still young. They're going to get a high pick this year. And who knows who they're going to get. Sixers beat the Miami Heat. That's a big win for the Sixers. Brooklyn beat Utah. Big win for Brooklyn. And Utah's definitely, they got to make some moves on the offseason. They got to make some moves to get over the hump. They're just like in the middle of the pack when it comes to playoff teams. Chicago beat Toronto. Houston beat Washington. Boston beat OKC, and Boston's like one of the hottest teams right now. And Dallas beat Minnesota. And there's not too many games left. There's probably there's like less than 15 games left. It's like 12, 13 games left, if I'm not mistaken. Oh man, this is gonna be a hard one because Phoenix still doesn't have Chris Paul right now, and Memphis is just quietly in second. Number one, I'm going with Philadelphia 76ers. I'm going with Philadelphia 76ers. They just beat the Miami Heat. I know they're 4-4 with James Harden, but I think they're going to get it together. Number two, I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks. Number three, I'm going with the Miami Heat. Number four, I'm going with the Boston Celtics. And number five, I'm going with the Memphis Grizzlies. That's my top five for Paul's Power Picks. I think Golden State is out of that, like Steph Curry being hurt. I don't think yeah, they're going to be third seed in the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to stand a chance. I just don't. I just don't. I don't. Something is just telling me Golden State's not going to be able to do it this year. I think it's between Phoenix, Memphis, and Dallas or Denver, man. Dallas or Denver. I got Luka or Jokic pulling up. Those are the four teams at the West. In the East, I mean, it's up for grabs. You got Miami, you got Philadelphia, you got the Bucks, Boston looking good. The Bulls are starting to come back down to earth. Cleveland's starting to come back down to earth. Um, Literally, Toronto and Brooklyn, depending on Toronto and Brooklyn, can get out of the play-in. There's literally only like Cleveland and Toronto's a 1 game separation. Then it's 3 games from Cleveland and Brooklyn. So yeah, I'm giving it to like the top 4 teams right now. Any one of those could come out the East. Any one of those could come out the East. All right, let me get into some NFL things. I didn't talk about this, but last podcast I was saying that Baker Mayfield will probably go to Atlanta or the Saints, and it would be whatever team that Deshaun Watson doesn't go to. Well, Cleveland Browns basically anteed up the game, offered this cat like a $250 million fully guaranteed contract, which they don't normally do in football. And now he's going to the Browns. And Baker Mayfield is totally overplayed his hand. Because then Baker Mayfield, apparently after Deshaun Watson gets traded to the Browns, Baker Mayfield says, trade me to the Colts. Well, the Colts are traded for Matt Ryan. That's the thing, Baker. You can't just ask to be traded to a team unless that team wants you. So Baker Mayfield has totally overplayed his hand. And not to mention, Jameis Winston just signed a 2-year, $28 million deal with the Saints. So he's probably going to be their starting quarterback. So this ain't looking good for Baker. It looks like now for Baker, it looks like you got Atlanta, Carolina, and the Seahawks. Deshaun Watson to the Browns. Let's talk about that first. I mean, Deshaun Watson picked the better team. He picked the better team, and he's getting more money, so he made the right decision. He has 2 stout running backs. He has. They just got Amari Cooper. I'm hearing Jarvis Landry might come back on a smaller contract. I mean, yeah, he might have had a better offense than the Saints. They might have had it, but they got a new coach. The defense is good, but I think he picked a better situation altogether. I think he really did. So that's that. Matt Ryan to the Colts. I mean, the AFC the AFC's made all types of moves. The Broncos went and got Russell Wilson. Steelers signed Trubisky when he was back up for the Bills. I mean, the Chargers went and got Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson. Um, also, the Bills got Von Miller, and they got I forgot who it was. It was a tight end they got. I forgot what tight end it was. They got a good tight end though. Let me pull it up while I'm talking about it. They got a good tight end. I mean, they got a stout running back, good receivers. They were probably a game away. A lot of moves, and then also, okay, who was it that they got? Let me see. Oh, OJ Howard. OJ Howard, which played for the Buccaneers, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, the Buccaneers had like 3 or 4 tight ends. So OJ Howard and Von Miller to the Bills. I mean, like, um, they got Shaq Lawson, also 2-year contract. I mean, the Dolphins didn't really make no moves that really make a difference. They really didn't. They didn't do no moves that made a difference. Either the New England, neither the Jets. I mean, the Bengals stouted up their offensive line. Their offensive line was their weak link. I mean, the Browns, they got Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett, Amari Cooper, like franchise tag David Joku. David Joku got franchise tag. I mean, like, AFC is not playing, man. Still, they signed Mitchell Trubisky. He's an upgrade. I mean, he's an upgrade for Ben. Still, Houston, Texas still don't know what they're gonna do. Apparently, they're gonna go with their quarterback. I mean, Colts, Matt Ryan. I mean, yes, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. I mean, and then you got Juju Smith-Schuster signs with the Chiefs 1 year deal. I mean, he's pretty much gonna be like their third option receiver. I mean, as a number two for the Steelers behind Antonio Brown, he had a good season. As a third option, wow. Wow. Oh yeah, and Raiders getting Devontae Adams. I mean, like AFC is making moves, man. All the AFC teams are making moves. But these NFC teams haven't made no real big moves. Fournette signs back with the Bucks a 3 year deal. So I mean, Tom apparently is trying to get Julio Jones over there. That's crazy. Yeah, some of these teams that make no moves and it's like, what are y'all thinking? You know? And I don't know where Baker goes now. I mean, because Carson Wentz went to the Washington, and Washington gave up more for Carson Wentz than the Colts did to get Matt Ryan. Detroit, I don't know. I don't see him going to Detroit, especially with the contract that Jared Goff's on. Like it's really and Mark. That's right. I forgot Marcus Mariota signs with Atlanta for a 2 year, $18 million deal. So apparently Atlanta is not going to go with Baker. It's looking like Carolina or Seattle, man. Carolina or Seattle. I don't see any other team where Baker Mayfield would start. Buffalo, no. Miami, probably not. New England, I mean, they got Mac Jones, and he got them to the playoffs last year. The Jets, I mean, they got Zach Wilson and Joe Flacco as a backup. Baltimore, hell no. Cincinnati, hell no. He lost his job to Deshaun Watson with the Browns. Apparently, Pittsburgh prefers Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, even the Texans are going with their quarterback. Yeah, man. I don't. There's only two teams left for him to go. Carolina, maybe the Giants. Carolina, the Giants. Carolina, the Giants, or Seattle. I'm betting that he ends up in Seattle. I'm betting that he ends up in Seattle. I really am. But there's a lot of moves. The AFC is going to be very tough. I mean, you got the Colts with Matt Ryan. You got Russell Wilson and the Broncos over there. Justin Herbert, they stocked up on the defense for him. They stocked up on the defense for the Bills for Josh Allen. I don't know where this leaves a cat like Lamar Jackson, man. I mean, because he's got to compete with in the AFC now. He's got to compete with. Let's go to the let's start from the top here. Let's start from the top here. You got Josh Allen. I mean, Tua is not really no competition. Mac Jones got to the playoffs last year. Who knows what he does this year? You got Joe Burrow. You got Deshaun Watson. You got Matt Ryan. Let's see what Trevor Lawrence does. You got Russell Wilson now. You got Patrick Mahomes. Derek Carr's got Devontae Adams. Justin Herbert. I mean, there's a lot of good quarterbacks in the AFC compared to the NFC's got Dak. The Giants, they got, oh boy, he's so whack. I don't even want to say his name. Eagles, I don't know. I'm not really sold. Carson Wentz, he might be this is his last year probably as a starter. We got to see what Justin Fields is going to be. We already know what Jared Goff is for Detroit. They ain't going nowhere. Aaron Rodgers done lost his number one receiver. Packers, like I could see Tom Brady coming back was smart, really, because it's really Tom Brady and the Rams. It's between Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford right now. I mean, San Fran's got Jimmy G, but I don't see him getting back to the Super Bowl. It's between the Rams and the Bucks. Arizona, yeah, they picked up Zach Ertz, but I'm not sold. New Orleans, they ain't got Sean Payton. They're going to be totally different. Carolina, my Carolina Panthers don't even know what the hell they're doing. Atlanta's not even in the game. They're not even in the same league. Minnesota should be better next year. Everybody's healthy. I mean, Green Bay can literally be the third best team next year, though. Cowboys, if this is Cowboys' last chance, man. This their last chance. I'm saying it right now, Cowboy fan. This their last chance for the next 5 some odd years, maybe 10 years, to try to win a Super Bowl. I mean, Dallas, Green Bay, the Bucks, and the Rams, and Arizona should be the top 5 teams next year in the NFC. They should. And I don't like. Let's get back to Baker Mayfield. I don't know if I want Baker Mayfield to become a Carolina Panther. I'm thinking I want him to go to Seattle. I got family in Seattle. They probably hate it more if he went there. I definitely wouldn't like it. I don't know if I like it. I mean, he's an upgrade from Sam Darnold. I guess I'd have to accept it because Sam Darnold being Sam Darnold, he's not it. So Baker Mayfield, Christian McCaffrey, and Robbie Anderson, and I think it's Funches. Maybe he's probably not even on that team now. Because I don't even, like I said, I don't even know what the Panthers are doing right now. I really don't. I really don't. But Baker Mayfield overplayed his hand. I mean, it's so crazy. You know, the Browns go after Deshaun Watson. Nobody thinks Deshaun basically says, nah, he's not going to the Browns. Nobody thinks they got a chance. And he basically says, screw it, I want to trade. Get me out of here. So they end up getting Deshaun Watson anyways. Then he's like, all right, trade me to the Colts. Well, the Colts trade for Matt Ryan. And now the Saints might have been a real good spot for him, but they signed Justin Winslow. They signed Winslow back, or Jameis Winston, my bad, Justin Winslow. That's an NBA player. Jameis Winston, they signed him to a 2-year, $28 million. I mean, that doesn't seem like they're interested in Baker. Atlanta signs Marcus Mariota. Doesn't seem like they're interested in Baker. I mean, it's so Seahawks or Carolina, man, or bust. He overplayed his hand, man. He overplayed his hand. This could go so wrong. This could go so wrong for Baker Mayfield in a million ways. Because if neither one of those teams want him, then he's going to be just sitting back up. He's probably what's going to happen is Deshaun Watson might still get suspended and he'll have to play for the Browns anyways. He'll have to play anyways, or he'll have to hold out. So he'll probably have to play, get his little money, and then they'll probably trade him off on the off season. It just doesn't look like it's going to go well for Baker Mayfield. He overplayed his hand tremendously on this one, especially because he thought that the Browns didn't stand a chance to get Deshaun Watson. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting, man. It is going to be interesting. The NFL is getting really, really good right now. Really, really good right now, man. And he's still, like I said, we still got to see what Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance can become. Who knows? Who knows? This is going to be very, very interesting. It really is. All right, so don't forget that the video version of my podcast goes to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram TV, and Rumble. Please follow on Rumble. Oh, my bad. Oh, follow on Rumble. I'm trying to push my Rumble a little bit more, especially since YouTube is be like disapproving some of my ads for the most bogus reasons whatsoever, which they disapprove a lot of ads. Of course, YouTube is known for, censoring and trying to shut down conservative talkers and conservative viewpoints. You don't never see them shut down anybody from the Democratic side of things. They never shut down Democrats. They're always kicking Republicans off of Twitter or Facebook or YouTube, or demonetizing their channels and whatnot. So follow me on Rumble. The audio version goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and much, much more. Don't forget that this podcast is sponsored by Promo Palace LLC, promopalace.biz. See the website scrolling down below. Get market promotions at promopalace.biz. We got all types of promotions, social media ads, TikTok influencers, Instagram influencers, blog placements, SEO, playlist placements, and much, much, much more. Also, don't forget Dizzle brand. Do you Dizzle? Yes, I Dizzle. We got the flyers right here. Dizzle brand. Just add ice. Dizzle on ice. Step into the future. Do you Dizzle? As you see, just throw it on ice. Throw your lemon. You're good to go. You know what I'm saying? Dizzlebrand.com. Follow them on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. I handle their TikTok and their Facebook, and ownership handles their Instagram. So, do you Dizzle? Yes, I Dizzle. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. Paul Pickett Podcast. This is episode 122. I had to check it out. Yes, I was squinting because I have negative 40 vision. I'm an old man and I'm blind as a bat. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Peace out.